Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, afternoon, evening for Game 3 between Bread-kun and prieR57. I am Misanthropic Buddha, and on tracking now we have Haiku Type, very kind of you to do that. And joining with me on comms is once again one JD Silvergun. How are you doing, sir?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. Hopefully we had a good break there from that brief moment. So the kids have gone ahead and got started here. We are going to so we're just waiting for the stream end to get it. Thank you to those in the Discord to help me how to fix the timer, or at least the cropping of the timer. That should now be satisfactory. So here we go. This is the last one. This is the last one between these two. And just to put things in perspective, now we are in the second round of the lower bracket, so this is literally win or go home. So a lot riding on the line, if you want to think of it that way. But what are we expecting here?
I don't know what to expect. I mean, I expect no logic.
Very well. Both getting some money from both the Sanctuary and Link's house, respectively. Alright, so once again, prieR looks like it's going to head down to the island, the compass, and then Bread is going to head up top here and check the Lost Woods area, while prieR is heading to Saha. Ooh,
Powder in the Ballcrocs, a very interesting item.
True, I know, as I've been told, you can set up some stuff with that, well, once other items are acquired.
Yeah, powder really shines in seeds that don't have the lamp, but if we have a lot of other items to help out.
Saha has informed us that there's a green pendant in Skull. Bread getting the first big key. Big key to TR.
Yeah, TR Big is a good one. Not a cave state key, so I'm actually curious if our runners will actually be getting cave state keys this time. So I don't think they ever did last time, either of them, which is pretty rare for a no logic race.
So yeah, so we'll talk about that here in a moment, as prieR just got his dust. Again, 50 on the ledge, therefore no Aga 1 again. But yeah, so in the last race, really no cave state big keys were really used. I think both pretty much made a relatively early play into pod, or in the cave state pod, and yeah, kind of never looked back.
I mean, if we did make use of the cave state small keys, definitely Bread unlocking swamp, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes this time.
Bread opting to get the 50 piece on Spectacle Rock. And we'll also check the inside as well, while prieR is going to be doing all the Lost Woods checks. 10 arrows inside, so I don't think Bread will waste the time. prieR will opt to grab the bombs. And yep, Bread going to do the old man rescue.
Yeah, prieR grabbing the bombs doesn't surprise me in the least. Bombs are just super useful, like at every point during the siege, but this routing tells me prieR is probably heading towards town.
Yeah, since he got 300 rupees, it does seem to... 300 rupees and enough bombs to do everything. You can pretty much do all the checks except for Sick Kid.
Yeah, unless we get bailed out with like a half magic, a potion, or Samaria, we are not going to be able to get the magic bat check without any magic.
The old man has a compass, so not much in the way of...
Stingy today.
Yeah, not much in the way of value. prieR gets a small to pod. And a heart, so really nothing too much so far. Bread clipped down to graveyard, found 10 arrows. And prieR gets his first big key or second big key, I should say, big key to Skull.
one of the fetch quests, big keys, but you know, if we go there, it's nice to have.
Yeah, Emperor. I think we've got, yeah, we're using Bread-kun's audio, and I think he's prior with the first bottle, and so he's using I think a Zelda collection. I forgot the exact name of it. His Bread is now in Houlihan. Prior getting the big key to thieves. Oh, gets his first sword and, well, the blue cane.
That was a pretty stacked well with a cave state big key, sword, and a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you tree warp that well, you get an extra bottle and an extra sword.
Thank you, Malmo. Yeah, Zelda Remade, that's what it's called. Prior had Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, so that's what we played for the last match. Okay, so what do you got? Really not much on either end there.
Yeah, usually this early Kakariko play is not seen too often in No Logic, but this early sword could end up saving time for Prior, and we see the big key to Eastern is on Sick Kid, so that's interesting.
Yeah, and actually, as you mentioned earlier, because he was able to find the bottle, he was actually able to check Sick Kid while perusing.
Yeah.
Whereas Bread-kun now gonna head to Mini Moldorm. Prior not opting for the heart piece.
These Moldorms are being real squirrely for Bread here.
Yeah, I had to go through a lot of bombs, which I know is not ideal. Speaking of bombs, or bombs on the race game. Bread getting the small to Hera. And a small key to Pod.
Alright, first door juke of the seed, going to King's Tomb on Bread's side. Oh no, we went too far. This is a soft lock.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Prior not opting for the torch prize, which is a heart piece. Bread also getting the life savings from the house. I'm gonna guess Prior will probably do a quadrant glitch.
Most likely. He could have bought a red potion and went to Thieves Town and done the right side that way, like with a bomb clip. But I don't think he did buy a potion, which is a little surprising, but...
No, to my knowledge, he did not. I think Prior got taken out of position there, so he's got to reset himself.
Yeah. Bread doing a fake flipper to check the man under the bridge. 300. Loaded. Yeah, the rich camper today.
It's true.
And Prior's having trouble with this quadrant glitch. With only one heart remaining, is not going to be able to do it. So I guess we're taking a death warp for a refill.
Yeah, so take a death. Go ahead and do it again. Bread swimming through a mountain as you do. Go get into Ice Rod Cave. Another heart piece. So I guess I'm not quite sure what happened with Prior. How come the quadrant glitch didn't work?
It's pretty precise. I'm guessing he just was not on the pixel. Because you can see now that he got it, and his transitions are all screwed up. So now we're past the key door.
Prior kind enough to scroll the camera for a heart piece and bombs. Bread-kun doing some water walking. Gonna check the waterfall prize. Okay. A big to ice and another sword.
Well, I don't anticipate swords being a problem. At least not for Bread, because I don't think Bread is going to skip Kakariko, but as we saw last race, both runners are willing to skip some very commonly checked locations, so this could be interesting.
Yeah. That'll be the first time I see that if someone actually opts to skip out on CAC, unless, you know, I guess the only exception would be unless they find all the goods elsewhere. Bread-kun getting the cape.
Well, you know, there is a very, you know, infamous runner who skips Kakariko and wins more races than anyone else, I think.
Well, there you go. So the precedent
Spoiler
is there.
alert, it's Tam.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tam's a mad lad. Question in chat. What happens if you do the quadrant glitch twice? It'd fix the glitch, right?
Yeah, it cancels out the... It basically cancels out. Like, you can have a loose camera, but you won't be desynced from your quadrant anymore. So, like, what actually causes you to skip over a room is that you're in a different quadrant than the game actually thinks you are in. So, yeah, that you're not going to get where you want to be if you do it twice.
Bread in the back of escape. Small key to GT. Have 2 small keys to GT, along with some bombs. Gonna bomb himself in the doorway.
Yeah, this door juke is more precise than the mini Moldorm Cave one, but because it's an auto door rather. But he does get it nicely, and we can check the pyramid item. Meanwhile, prieR is going for a DMA to rescue the old man.
Heart piece, and Bread is gonna opt for it. Should be close to. I don't know. Thought that would have been the refill, but I guess not. Bread.
Yeah, I don't know why we're climbing manually. Oh, I guess this is just the way Bread goes to pod. It doesn't do the screen wrap.
Okay. So already a early play in a cave state pod, but I believe is TR a cave state big key?
TR is not, no, but prieR has the Thieves Town big key, which does work as a cave state big key.
Okay. And ice isn't either?
No, it is not. The ones that are cave state are, aside from the Hyrule Castle key, it's Odd, Thieves Town, and GT. And if you play Door Rando, the Aga Tower big key also works.
Okay, well it'll be interesting to see how this will work out then.
I mean, sometimes you get bailed out and there's like the pod big key in pod or something like that, so like I think that would be a reason to like put off doing the big chest and the dark maze, but Bread has just decided to go for it anyway though.
Yeah, might feel comfortable enough to just go ahead and do this in the dark, get it out of the way.
Well, not that doing it in the dark, but I mean like if you do the other checks first, you might find a key to open the big chest with, is what I meant.
Oh, okay. Very good. prieR, though, is going to head to east side here. Going to go probably check out the island, Spiral Cave, and Paradox. Island had a bug net.
Oh, good eye. I did not catch that. It was too quick for me.
Yeah, well, fortunately I knew where it was going, so I just kept staring at that side of the screen until something popped up. Got some bombs. And a heart piece, or in a full heart. Bow and Spiral Cave. The Dark Maze item wasn't anything. I think it was like a 20.
Yeah, he didn't find anything there. But
Yeah.
Bread did make the bold choice to go down the right staircase first into the rupee room, which is, you know, somewhat uncommon, I think.
Yeah, I think most opt for a left entrance. So now we'll see what prieR has found. prieR gets a small to TR and another bottle, with this time with the red juice.
Now the bottle's a really good find. So we know 2 bottle locations and 2 sword locations. Bread looking like setting up a hover.
What appears to be. Blue mail and a big key for GT.
Oh. So prieR has 2 cave state big keys, and Bread is in a cave with no cave state big key. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Bread missed the angle on the bonk there, so when he bonked, he just went straight down. So now he's opting to just go get the other key, or go get the other chest here.
Yeah, I've done that before. That's always feels bad. It's a kind of weird in cave state.
Mm-hmm. A big key to desert.
Yeah, that's not a bad big key. It still isn't a cave key, but it's not a bad key to have, because we can use that in Mire or Thieves Town, as well as desert if we want to. Well, it's a good safety. I mean, I wouldn't leave home without it.
prieR gonna save and quit, head back to the mountain. Another 300.
Yeah, this is a money seed, because Bread dropped 500 on the Cape at Zora, and still... It's just, or did he reset that?
No, he took the cape.
Okay. But he still has money, though, despite spending 500.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we got another auto door juke. So Bread is going to Hover Cave. Unless we find the hookshot, then it will become Hookshot Cave.
Whereas prieR made his way from the stairs to Cave State Eastern.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. Accidental stair transitions can make that really slow to do that glitch. Okay, so Bread successfully made it to Hookshot Cave. But is going to have to hover, though. Unless he gets bailed out in this one check here.
Does not, so...
Yeah, I might go to Super Bunny Cave, but nope. We're just doing this first.
prieR with
Desert
some
map.
desert knowledge. Unfortunately, a no-go for Bread. Let's see if he'll... Oh, he just fell again. We'll see if Bread attempts it again, or if maybe we'll call it a day. Nope, looks like he's going to try it again.
Well, could get Super Bunny and come back and the heart will respawn, so I mean, you're in less of a health grind here.
prieR bombing himself. Looks like about to YBA.
Oh yeah, this is Mire.
YBA to Mire. Not quite sure what Bread got. I missed it. Just picked up a heart. Mire key, thank you. Thank you, Tharkus. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bread having some problems today with the old hovering.
Hovering is quite difficult.
So for those of you who are not familiar with hovering, fortunately Twitch does have an emote for it. There it is. Bread not opting to try again. Understandably so. Super Bunny Cave, we've got map to pod and a bottle with a fairy in it.
Alright, well see, that's a really good placement of that item, because Bread could buy a potion on the store on the mountain, and then use the potion in Hookshot Cave to go to GT.
That appears to be the play.
We went in the wrong door, though.
Also went in the wrong door. Yeah.
Oh, prieR. This play is interesting for prieR. They're taking advantage of cave state to have unlimited small keys, and the cave state big keys is able to clear Mire and Eastern together. Although I think we skipped out on the front of Eastern, but he can always go back later for that stuff.
Yeah, because he clipped in from the cave, so he started out past the dark room. And I think he only went to as far as shield.
Astalphos.
Yeah.
Alright,
Bread also gonna try the little hover.
Yeah, that one last time. Well, he needed to take damage anyway to do the YBA, so I understand trying it at least once, but he's spending a lot of time on this, so he wants it to pay out if he succeeds, but I guess we're just leaving now.
And prieR looks like is heading out.
Right, I can't really do the left side without fire. I mean, there is a YBA to skip some of the torches, but it's kind of obscure, and you have to be prepared for that.
And so we just learned that it was a pendant. Mire's a pendant, and you need bombos to open it.
Actually, that was the desert information, because prieR is not technically in the Dark World.
Oh, that's right. So that was the desert, my bad.
Yeah, the old fake world. And Bread is also in the fake Dark World, so... just an example of one of the ways we used to get around the Moon Pearl, just traveling through the underworld to get to places.
Bread did make it, though, to the back of Ice Armos. Unfortunately, it wasn't much there.
Well, we have a lot of items, potentially, to... well... Bread kind of has, like, a bare-bones equipment set, so some of these items are going to be difficult to get. We'll see what he wants to do here with this play.
Looks to be about to do a Bob's chest visit.
I'm not sure why we bombed that.
And now here we're back in. And now that Armos, or that Ice Armos actually had ice, despite it looking like water.
Yeah, the funny thing about the tile set, like, it took its, you know... It didn't take the visual properties that we're used to seeing, but the ice physics did get restored.
Got blue mail and arrows.
So Bread can get a few more items here, so we'll see what he decides to do. Okay, so prieR back into Eastern, going back to clean up the front that he missed. Or... I don't know, I guess we're skipping the right side, though. Or... we just forgot and we're going back.
Yeah. Bread looks like he is going to...
yeah, door juke.
Door juke.
Okay, yeah, so Bread's actually in the hookshot room, like the spike skip room, and needs to either hover and bonk, or needs to do some bomb jumps and bonking type of thing. Okay, so that hover was successful, so we're actually in the room, the 4 chests now, Dark Magician's room.
Heart piece. Small key to swamp. And an item, an unknown item. So the bottom 2 were unknown items. But we knew what the other 2 were.
I see a red boomerang on his screen, so that was perhaps one of the items.
One of them, yeah. So must be red boom.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else new in that menu.
No, I didn't either.
Meanwhile, prieR going to the boss of Eastern.
Yep, so nothing fancy here, just because prieR can just has the bow, so it doesn't need to do any fanciness to try to get past Red Armos.
And Bread finally into town is going to get rewarded with a sword and a bottle and some keys. But we will actually get to see the magic bat this time because prieR did not have any magic.
It looks like a fire rod.
Yeah.
And crystal
and a crystal.
Okay.
It was, I'd say that play definitely worked out for prieR.
Absolutely.
Right, I'm curious. I don't know, maybe we're going to pod on prieR's side. Not having the Moon Pearl. Forgot if prieR even did South Shore yet, but maybe we'll skip it again. I'm not sure.
No, both did South Shore this time.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Bread got the unfortunate soft lock doing the juke. Pendant Skull and Pendant Thieves.
So that means for prieR's got full knowledge.
Okay, so Ice Rod is going to be required, and Swamp is going to be terrible unless we find a lot of stuff to help with that.
prieR gonna make his way back into pod.
I think this is the first trip for prieR.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, okay. No, you're right.
After all that hype, I missed what was on the magic bat. I'm just gonna assume that it was nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything of any importance.
With Thieves being a pendant, prieR's unlikely to get back to town, like, probably ever, so, I mean, that would've, I don't know, maybe that weighs on his mind, or maybe he just ignores it, but sometimes you wonder about these fetch quests. Like, the longer a seed goes on, you wonder if you just missed something, like, super helpful.
So interestingly, Bread was looking to go to Desert, and opted not to, saved and quit.
I think he also forgot to get the potion, so it's going to...
that could also be it, too.
Go to the cheaper store.
Fair.
And Bread also has the big key on his first trip to Desert, if that is where he wants to go, so that will give him more options than we saw from prieR's side. And even just having the potion, he could go to Thieves or Meyer with that potion. So I don't really agree with this routing by prieR. If you have the bow, it's best to actually just pod state the right side, because you can death warp back. This backtrack just feels so slow to me.
So here we have Bread, I think, finally getting into Hera.
Yeah, Bread did not have anything to hit switches with because he was so early on his first mountain climb. He literally had no bombs or anything to help him.
Yeah, that's true. And in the big chest was a small key to skulls, so for Bread, kind of lucked out.
Yeah, especially because Skullwoods is a pendant. I mean, because if it's a crystal, one is nice to have for convenient routing, but yeah, it's just totally nothing in this seed.
Mm-hmm. Bread now gonna also check out the east side here. Sees the bug net. And then we'll go to Spiral Cave and be pretty happy with what he sees.
Yeah, bow is a helpful item. Definitely.
And then Bread will then head to Paradox. So this will be... So both players this time actually opted to hit the 2 places. And that wasn't the case last race.
And prieR also going right to left in the pod rupee basement. It's very bold routing from both of them.
Mad lads, all of them. As Bread gets his 3rd bottle, along with a small key to TR.
Yeah, this is starting to look like an ice rod hunt, but they're hoping they find a lot of other helpful stuff on the way, because Swamp is really gross with this equipment.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for Bread, Bread got the red mail. So while in theory red mail would be a nice thing to have, in no logic it's not exactly preferable considering the amount of death warping that one does sometimes in a race.
I mean, yeah, especially if you don't have the moon pearls. It can be quite inconvenient at times. But prieR is doing a glitch called Statue Drag to Helmasaur, and Bread appears to be going to Desert.
Yep. First a K45 visit. And Bread has acquired all the bottles.
Oh, did prieR skip that? I mean, I guess he must have.
Yeah.
Saved and quit out of the right side of Desert rather than doing a Death Warp to
Yeah,
check
I don't
the
believe he's done any checks yet.
You know, we never got to see the end of the story with the sword duping last race.
Yeah. For those who missed
thinking about that race.
Yeah, so in the last race, Bread-kun had had at least successfully duped. There was a sword at race game, which is dupable, and so he was able to successfully dupe it once to get the Master Sword. He set up for it again, and after a couple of attempts, we are not actually sure if he got it or not. And unfortunately, he never went back to check. So that'll be a story that we will never have answered.
Yeah. Well, TR map is good for Bread because Bread does not have full info, but if you're going to need to find the ice rod, or one of them rather, you want to know that as soon as possible.
This is true. So yeah, as prieR has now reached Helma, should make note here that, yeah, so as mentioned by JD earlier, because all of the items are quote-unquote out of logic, meaning you can have, like, Fire Rod and Ice Rod could be on Trinex, for example. To avoid that potential issue, which would cause, the game not to be beatable, as prieR picked up a Quake and a Crystal, there are 2 sets of Fire Rods and 2 sets of Ice Rods strewn about the item pool. Alright, so...
Yep.
So job done. Helma defeated. Crystal acquired. Bread-kun gets a glove in the attic.
Yeah, I was wondering about this check because I just have to assume that prieR forgot to buy a potion because this Thieves Town from Desert route has become pretty common meta. And glove is a pretty good find. I mean, it gives us more checks. It gives convenience for certain things as well.
Mostly cold stare.
Yeah. But Brett also is going to be able to... Well, I guess not. We're not right away, because if we're beating Thievestown, we're warping away. But I was going to say Brett could check Checkerboard Cave, because we're in the desert area, but now we're actually in the Village of Outcasts area, and now we're not in the desert area anymore.
Mm. So it looks like Bread is going to go ahead and take care of Blind now.
And yeah, this is going to be a gut punch because we know that this is a pendant. And Desert is also a pendant.
Blind Ped Pull?
I feel like this happened to Bread last race. So, like, I'm getting deja vu. Where Desert and Thieves were both pendants, and then it's happening again.
Mm-hmm. No, unfortunately, he just didn't have the knowledge at the time, so he's just kind of doing this blind, hoping for the best.
That's the blind fight. Quite a bold move.
Oh, alright. Got it. Got one a little off script, but managed to get the job done. Gets a heart piece, and be thoroughly disappointed that was a blue pendant.
Yeah, the disappointment's not even over, though, because that was the desert info. He's gonna come back in now, and then get the bad news a second time.
Right.
Meanwhile, prieR is setting up a swim clip. This is either going to be King's Tomb or the Back of Escape.
But yeah, because he didn't... Because was it prieR that messed up the trick from Mini Moldorm?
No, it was Bread, but we've
Okay.
seen prieR. Last race was doing the overworld glitches tech to get the King's Tomb location, though, not the door juke, so I wouldn't have been shocked to see him go there. But this is 3 items instead of 1, so I mean, it makes sense. I didn't see if he checked King's Tomb already, but I think that we did not get that. Not really finding anything for his trouble.
No, just some small keys of GT.
Yeah.
So Bread, I believe, has cleared out the front of Thieves.
Yep.
So now I'm about to make a beeline for, well, what would have been Blind. Yep. So unfortunately, 2 pendants.
prieR did decide to come back to town specifically for Magic Bat, so this is a bit of a time loss.
It's true.
Well, technically, we could, depending on what potions he bought, he could turn this into an ice play, like, while he's in the town area. And we are leaving, so he has some kind of plan.
The blue boom has been acquired in the brewery.
Oh. A 2 boomerang lead on Bread's side.
prieR went to Sick Kid, forgetting he already did Sick Kid.
I mean, maybe he just wanted to keep him company, just say hello, and then be on his way.
No, this is what you need to go visit Sick Kid so you can miss-slot something in order to do this. Right? That's what's supposed to happen? You're supposed to say yes.
If that is a thing, I've not, you know, I mean, it's possible. I mean, people discover new things all the time, so...
There we go. Thank you. So now prieR went ahead, YBA'd into the old carpet ice. And congratulations, you found the other fire rod. So, huzzah.
Oh, wait, did Bread must have forgot to do that when he was in town the first time. I'm just like... I'm just surprised. I thought he went to check it, but I guess I'm just...
Yeah, I guess not.
I don't... Oh well. Anyways, moving on. So prieR resets the dungeon to get out of cave state and into ice palace state. Bread. I think that this is a fake flute because we have a blue potion out already. Any key steal for prieR.
Yep, prieR gonna go ahead and head to the back.
Okay, successful fake flute for Bread-kun, has Super Bunny, and gets a link state from the statue. Oh, wasn't expecting that dash, but... if you bonk, you do lose the Super Bunny, for those that aren't aware, so...
Oh, risky.
Need to be careful.
Alright, here we go, Hype Cave check. Start over the bombs. And then... Ice Palace map. Turtle Rock Small, Ether, and Titan's Mitt. Solid 4 on 10.
Well, I mean, mitts will help him get to ice, you know, stress-free. I mean, relatively. You already have to YBA to get to the boss, so cuts down on resources a bit.
True. Bread-kun doing the fake flipper to the portal. prieR with the very nice penguin kill using the bombs.
Yeah, that's a really good strat if you don't have tempered and you can't do like the NMG lineup strat.
prieR getting a small to Meyer. Can't, unfortunately, can't check, well, I guess not opting to check the big key chest, but can't do the hammer checks, obviously, because no hammer.
Yeah, it's always kind of awkward routing ice with no small keys, and no hammer as well. Well, and he doesn't even have a glove.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting because like the faster way, it's still slow. If you're gonna check ice T, would be to go from the top, but if you have a small key, but we're just skipping it, which is understandable. It's quite slow. One of the slowest checks in the game. It's just too many transitions.
And so now, because no hammer, no glove, there, of course, there's only one way now for prieR to get in to Cold Stare. First part looks like he did right. We don't have his audio, but oh, he got in. Very good.
Yep, successful spin YBA, but prieR does not favor the Tam Slam method. But still, we're in the boss. And this is actually a really gross fight.
Yeah, sorry, Tam. So yeah, fighter sword spins. I like that I like that prieR is trying to keep the camera as north as possible to make sure that those the ice blocks don't break. They're just being embedded in the wall.
This is
it's a good strat.
Yeah, it's the safe. It is the safe strat. I agree. And just to respond to chat, yeah, the arrow fire rod dupe is pretty obscure. Most people don't even know it because you have to actually shoot the arrow first before doing the fire rod shot to get it to work. But yeah, he could have done that. That is a good point. Like if he knew.
prieR in a little bit of trouble because he decided to touch one of the puffs to see what they felt like. Now he's in a lot of trouble since he's now, there we go, he's back. And he died.
That is extremely unfortunate.
Very.
The Ice Palace is just one of those dungeons that you can't really skip that many rooms with glitches. Like, there is a diagonal hook push in, like, the vanilla speedrun, but it's so difficult to do that you could lose time on it even if you successfully do it. So, yeah. I mean, he's gonna have to redo all that at some point and take down the boss, unfortunately.
Yeah, the cold stare, no matter what, is just, it's very punishing if you die to cold. And especially in no logic when you don't have, I mean, it's bad enough in NMG, but yeah, having to do all that stuff is very much a bother. So, yeah, understandable if prieR opts skip out for a little bit.
Yeah, that does tighten up our race, because Bread had, like, the double pendant pull and doesn't have any crystals yet, so... I mean, at least, you know, looking slightly on the bright side for us as the audience.
So prieR now is... Yep, it's going to go ahead and check out GT, but of course has to commit Sudoku, because he can't do anything in his current state as a reindeer.
Yes, reindeers cannot use Y items or swords.
or run, apparently. Can't do anything. Alright, so prieR now going to do the right side check. Also be disappointed getting the red mail. Muffins in chat lamenting.
I don't know. I should be thanking DoomTap and Malmo for knocking me out, because I'm learning the 100% Major Glitches speedrun, and it's a lot of fun.
There you go. So Bread has defeated Armos, has gotten the crystal, and got the fire rod. So despite, you know, already defeating 2 bosses, is only, or, you know, 2 pendant bosses, currently only 1 behind. prieR is doing the climb? That's rare.
Apparently, yeah. I couldn't, I'm in shock. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
This is in no logic, this is a bold strategy.
I mean, yeah, it definitely is. If he remembers and he brought a potion, he can skip several of these rooms and get the items still, but that is kind of obscure knowledge, and it requires having a potion as well. So we'll see if he's actually doing the climb manually or not.
Yeah, I don't remember him buying any potions after ice. Well, he's got full magic,
I think you're right.
Got full magic. He went to the restock room there, as Bread just learned that Meyer is Bombos. But again, we'll see what happens later.
But this isn't any fun. We said Cold Stare was bad with Fighter Sword, but like GT climb with Fighter Sword, also not great.
Oh no, this is also equally awful. prieR unfortunately getting ate up by lasers at the moment.
It's the bad news about the Meyer medallion.
Mm-hmm. And so, of course, what's interesting, should he survive all of this, which right now he's having some problems. There's only
saving magic for the Landmo fight, I think, is what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the problem is, we'll get a refill right here, is that he'll still have to hover past Moldorm.
Yeah, I don't know if Agatu is really his plan here. I think his plan maybe is just like a long shot gamble on getting some good items up here.
Well, I mean, even to get the 1 check.
Yeah, that's true too.
Agatu aside, I mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it is 1 item, yeah, but it's going to be difficult to get here.
Yeah, Tam had a good point there that he does need. Well, he fell. He does need magic for the torches. However, he did get a magic drop, so all's right with the world.
Yeah, I didn't see how low he got. I know there are 2...
He didn't have enough.
Decanters. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have enough. He had enough for, I think, 1.5 fire rod shots, so, 1 fire rod shot. Bread-kun opting to do some shopping.
Yeah, this is the ice play, almost certainly, with the mitts.
I would believe so. That would be the most reasonable.
Alright, we finally reached the items on prieR's side.
Alright, so after all that, prieR is going to give himself a couple of some goodies, hopefully. Small key to high roll. Good start. And a compass.
Oh, this already feels bad. Ugh.
Yep. So unless the chest here gives him goodies. Now he's got a what? No? All right. It's all fixed. It's all fixed. Probably gonna opt to powder, probably for the best, and gonna opt for Moldorm. No. Wanted to save.
Yeah, I don't know
key.
why I'm feeling bad. Like he didn't have to do this climb. Ugh. I don't know. I just can't help it.
I mean, yeah, he just tried to gamble it, and unfortunately, well, didn't see the end through. So who knows if? Though I don't remember if prieR really is comfortable with hovering or not, though.
Yeah, if I had a better sword, I would have killed Moldorm and given it like one attempt at the hover, but with fighter sword, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could just go for the hover without killing Moldorm, but that's like even more pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I also would not have climbed, though, so I wouldn't be in that situation.
Yeah, that'll be something interesting for you to ask. prieR doesn't hover. Okay, so yeah, so that last room was the end of the road. Okay, Bread-kun also opting not to go upstairs.
Yeah, no hammer,
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I'm just thinking of the other check.
Well, you have to pull the tongue to open the door. It's on the other side.
The Ice Palace
Like
big
a
chest.
van.
Yeah, the Ice Palace big chest had a. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I didn't think of it. I didn't think of how to get out of the room. I'm only thinking of how to get out of the room when you do the icebreaker method.
Yeah, it's always sad when you can't icebreaker.
Yeah. Yeah, well, unfortunately, no red cane yet. So prieR back in Cave State or Cave State Pod. Now Bread-kun gonna set himself up here for some YBA fun, hopefully. That was not. Didn't drink the potion. So
yeah, it's fine. It's just a little bit slow, but it's not a disaster at the moment.
No, not at all.
Okay, prieR is wrong warping. Yep. Maybe this is a play for Swamp, or just to open the big key door for Hera. Or potentially both.
Yeah, we'll see. Bread-kun has, well, he's got Master Sword, and he just refilled his Fire Rod, as prieR just got the big key, so Bread-kun able to make the fight a little more trivial, and got silvers for his trouble. Boss defeated, crystal acquired, Ice Palace is done.
There are other items that would have been worse for prieR to be there, that is for sure. I mean, silvers is a good item that he missed out on for now, but there's nothing like Samaria would have been, or like Hookshot would have been a bigger deal.
Right.
Right, and prieR, I think he did not mean to do that, but that's a soft lock because the crystal switches are despawned.
Oh, gotcha. So now Bread-kun.
Oh, this is to check the penguins. He skipped over the check the first time.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Because it's slow.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, we generally skip this check in no logic because, especially if we don't have small keys, because it's just slow to get to if you are like doing the clip through the wall route.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to go back in if I'm still looking for items, and if I also don't forget is the other thing.
Right. And got a second Fire Rod.
That is pretty rude for Bread.
Yep.
well, I forgot that they have the Hera Small, so not unlocking Swamp in Cave State is not actually an issue for prieR. We can just do it with the Hera Small.
But prieR, of course, is going to go ahead and take care of Moldorm first.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious how these run. Oh,
middle hold. The ever punishing middle hold.
Yeah, so Bread back to Pod. I'd imagine this is a boss kill, maybe? Or, I don't know, we'll see what he wants to do. But as I was saying, I am curious how these runners are going to tackle Swamp with this equipment. It's very not ideal.
Yeah, it's not exactly the most free situation.
Yeah, it looks like Bread is also going to unlock Hera. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, the Pod Big Key would be really good in this situation because you could kill the boss and then do the warp and still be able to unlock the door, but that is not going to work in this case.
I see.
But prieR gets Crystal.
Yep. So now 3 bosses, or 3 crystal, excuse me, 3 crystal bosses for prieR. Only 2 for Bread-kun.
Oh, whoa. prieR is...
prieR being desperate, opting for a basement check.
I'm a little surprised we skipped Iced Tea and then we're doing this, but I realize people do change their minds about checks, though, as the seed goes on. Maybe he just wants a break, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good time, you know, to kind of reset your mind a little bit, think about what you want to do while progressing towards a check. So that could be, this could also be the, what's happening right now. Got a map to Eastern.
Yep. Well, that is pretty unfortunate.
I forgot to write it down. Do you guys remember where the gloves were?
One of them was Thievestown Attic.
Oh, Tam's got it. Tam has a memory of an elephant, apparently.
Oh yeah, Hype Cave was the myths, right? Yeah, I like the fake flute Hype Cave play in a lot of seeds, honestly, and I mean, myths are not nothing. They're not the greatest thing in the world, but they're not nothing. Well, and it looks like prieR is also thinking the same thing of Hype Cave. But, I don't know. Not necessarily. We'll see.
So we got a fake flute. It kind of looks like it.
Okay, yeah, fluting to 7. Yeah, definitely the Hype Cave play. Yeah, well, so Bread manages to tie it up with the crystals and the bosses.
This is true.
3 on both sides.
Okay, opted not to go to Hype Cave, though.
Okay, so prieR's just favoring a more thorough route of the Dark World overworld, bombing it open, but knowing that once he exits, he will not have the link state anymore, so probably it's just going to get Stumpy and the dig game first.
Okay.
Okay, so now I have to assume this is the Helmasaur kill for Bread-kun, returning to Pod yet again.
Yeah, we believe so. So prieR doing the old dig game. Gets a small key for his trouble. GT small. And so I think, like what you were saying, I suspect prieR will now be heading back to Hype Cave. Get those 4 checks.
This pains me to see people going around. You can just clip over the wall, people.
We'll have to make that PSA in the post-game chat.
No, I mean, I'm sure maybe he knows that. It's just some people don't like to clip all the time. But, I don't know. And prieR, I think, plays other modes than glitched modes, too. So maybe just, like, defaulted to that path.
prieR gets the glove as you were sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no problem. I was just saying Bread is also doing the statue drag, like in case you missed it on prieR's side. This is just kind of how we go to the boss in this mode. Bread is having a lot comfier boss fights than prieR has had, having that Master Sword.
Yeah, now also having silvers.
Oh yeah, that too, jeez. Yeah, gonna one-shot.
Yep. Checkerboard has a small key to the skull. Bread has acquired the Quake and the crystal. So for Bread-kun, boss defeated, crystal acquired. So that should be it for Pod.
Yeah, Bread takes the lead with that, but we still have no intel on the ice rods, and Swamp is still horrible. We haven't found anything helpful for that yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so prieR is going to get the bottle in K45.
So now he'll be up to 3. Bread gonna go buy some.
Yeah, I'm curious where Bread wants to go next. So prieR left some stuff behind in Mire, not having like fire or like an alternative way to access those items. So potentially there could be helpful stuff there. We've not seen anything of like TR. Yeah. I mean, we've not seen Inside Swamp either.
Correct.
Yes, Bread going to Desert could be a play for either Swamp or Mire.
Where is
and I think
prieR going?
I think this is a Skullwoods play. We're just doing like a Citrus, a Death Mountain Descent.
Okay. Hycotype, no. There have been no uncle or front of escape checks. To my memory. Only the back.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, that's a really good point. Like, I'm shocked that prieR climbed Ganon's tower with Fighter Sword before doing Hyrule Castle and Uncle, which is better density.
Bread-kun decided to jump on a cactus. Got a fairy for his trouble though. So prieR, I think prieR is about to do Skullwoods and bumper check. All right, what's on the bumper? On the bumper ledge, we have a heart piece, so that will not be necessary.
And so prieR just needs to take a death inside the dungeon, and the game will place us in the fake light world, or fake dark world rather, which, you know, is essentially the light world.
And as you
So,
guys can kind of
we
see,
don't-
this is problematic. Well, not for falling down the pit, but taking damage from people. Sounded like you were scolding Haiku like a bad dog. Sorry about that. I usually yell more if I'm gonna do that.
Okay,
Thank you, Dan.
Bread gets the bomb clip.
prieR gets a bomb jump, gets a heart for his trouble.
Alright. Bread is farming for bombs, I think?
Master Sword.
That's a good find for prieR in Skullwoods there.
It's true. What do we got in pinball? Only 20. Decided to get it yoinked.
Alright, I guess Bread is giving up on the bomb farm, because maybe the enemies just don't have the prize packs. Oh, I forgot we left this behind on his, because Bread decided to clear Thieves Town after the YBA, instead of clipping back here.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I forgot about that.
Alright, so this is a double YBA to go to the back of Swamp that Bread is setting up for right now. And first one is successful, so for this second one has some pretty particular positioning. We need to like carefully go to the left here. And this comm feed is very poor, so I can't see if that was too far or not. Okay, that looked good though. That just needs to back out a tiny bit like that to correct the camera, and should be good.
Oh, there we are. So, I guess why... Well, I see he's not actually doing that, but why would you need to... Because I think I've noticed this a lot, where a lot of guys will, or a lot of runners will go up and kind of head back down before they try to diver down that room. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, there is. The reason would be if you think that if you already have the flippers, or if you're gambling that you're going to get the flippers, you have to reload the tile set, and the stairs will do that for you. Because if you do not reload the tile set, the waterfall is solid, and you cannot, get through the door.
Oh. TIL. prieR, with the help of the red mail especially, went ahead and took care of Mothula, got a green pendant. So we did opt to clear Skull, maybe to check the Sahab prize.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame prieR. Well, and plus, even if he wanted to commit to the horrible go mode that's in front of him, he actually can't, because we don't have an ice rod, so... So, also, Bread, you had to go the long way around because of our broken... Oh, okay, never mind, that was fine. I thought we missed it for a second. But, so this is Argus. You can manipulate the camera to skip the first phase of the fight. Needs to be careful, though, because you can take damage if you're... Yeah, the puffs are supposed to be gone. They're not supposed to come back. Yeah. But nonetheless, we got the kill. I was just gonna say, Bread, correctly routed, the two checks, going the long way around because of our broken camera. If anyone was wondering why he pulled the lever and then went back up and down the stairs, that would be why. So, was able to successfully kill Argus.
Yep.
From deserts. We need to get the
crystal. He had to save and quit and hard reset and all that jazz, so just believe us. Also, Skyriz404. Sorry, real quickly. Sky, thank you so much for the raid. with a viewer count of 30. Really do appreciate you coming by. Hopefully your stream went well. Sorry, go ahead and continue.
Oh yeah, sorry for interrupting. I was just gonna say that Bread is going to have to find a solution to get the crystal for Swamp, like, at some point. Not right away, but, it is good to have the boss kill taken care of, though.
prieR got the big key to Pod. Bread going to Aga Tower. Ooh.
Yeah.
Uncle Vanilla Sword. My goodness.
Okay, so we know all 4 sword locations now, I think.
Yeah, because ironically the Master Sword, prieR didn't get that one sword upgrade.
Yeah, so prieR deciding to do the YBA potion glitch to Thieves Town instead of checking the castle is interesting. Yeah, I mean, could have done both, really, but, I mean, yeah, it's time management, so, like, this is a gamble. But we unfortunately already know from Bread's side that this is all nothing, and it's also a pendant. And Bread also not doing, like, the castle proper, just doing Castle Tower into Uncle, which is interesting.
I like Tam pretty much being the, in chat, being the voice of pretty much, I'm going to guess we're probably both thinking, there's nothing quite like the feeling of being 1 hour into a no-logic scene and thinking, do I go out of my way for awful checks, or do I go to the early high-density plays that my opponent did 10 minutes in? Yeah, I suspect that's probably what both are thinking right now.
I mean, it is a reasonable thought, but as viewers, we know neither of them check that stuff, so it's funny.
Yeah, no, it is always funny, like, when you watch it on the outside, it's like, oh yeah, no, they can do, oh yeah, no, they did that. Yeah, you can do this or do that or whatever, but of course when you're in the moment, thinking, oh man, did they actually run that play, or did they, did they escape? 2 ice rods and escape. I mean, it's not like you'd have 2 ice rods on left side swamp.
My advice to anyone would be to just not try to meta no logic in a mode where you literally can go anywhere with just bombs and boots.
Always,
I mean,
always check left side swamp.
Well, I don't know about that, but
always check left side swamp.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, no, you're right, chat. No, that's never happened before. 2 rods on left side swamp.
I mean, if that was a thing
I need that
possible...
clip on command. I don't know why it's not there. I need the clip on command. I know this isn't like a no-lot. This is speed gaming, but like I need that clip on command. Bread opting. Yep, Bread's going to be opting to go into swamp.
Yeah, so I think Bread is going for a trick that's quite difficult. It's called Fake Clippers, and basically it involves like 5 or 6 frame-perfect releases of a down input, but also holding forward as well.
Oh, nothing can go wrong then.
Yeah, there are a few different approaches to trying to do this. I have done this before in practice, but I would personally, with my comfort level, would not do it in a race. A lot of comparisons have been drawn to what this is like, but I think it's more difficult than hovering, personally.
The way it's been told to me is it's like hovering on the D-pad. Oh, look at that!
Nice ice rod.
Nice ice rod. So, for Bread-kun, is that go mode?
He can choose to go mode with this if he wants, and I think he wants. So, we'll just see based on what he does after this. And I think it's going to hinge on if he's able to successfully get this crystal. So he did the easy part, you get out, but we have to also get back in though. This is the hard part.
So you gotta do a lot of splash deletion. Oh, got it.
Yeah, so now he needs to position himself precisely, and then we have to clip through this wall. And the way that's done, like I said, is we need to do several like frame perfect down releases while also holding forward. So like basically once you get clipped into the wall a little bit, if you let go of down for more than one frame at a time, it's going to be failed, but you have to also release it for one frame to continue getting deeper though.
He's making his way.
Yeah, he's making progress. You could pop out at any time though.
And then as Bread is doing that, prieR looks like it's going to go ahead and take out Blind.
I think Bread might actually be deep enough, or might need to get like one more. I guess he's not deep enough. Okay, we're good now. Like this is the hard part. He has done the hard part. So this next part is not trivial, but it's a lot easier than what he just did. He needs to get past the enemies without getting hit. He needs to get down the stairs without taking damage. And then he's safe to take damage at this point now, because we need to get out of the swim state.
And
very nicely done on Bread's
good
part.
work, yeah. prieR gets pendant. So of course doing all that work, right, all that work was just so we can set the dungeon ID, so Bread can go get himself a crystal.
Yeah, it's so we can miss the YBA and then have to do that all over again. I'm only kidding, of course. Nobody would miss a YBA on Restream.
No.
Oh, or does Bread not have any potions?
Got a grain.
Okay, good. Okay, he scared me for a second there. I was like, why are we not doing anything?
Yeah, that feeling of panic. And of course, what's nice is that you don't have to, go through the main hub and go all the way back and go through all that again. Nah, you just go to Hera.
Yep.
Stand in a corner.
Is much
stand in the corner. There you go. Good catch. Okay. Boss defeated, though you probably couldn't tell. Crystal acquired in the wrong dungeon. But yeah, he has beaten Swamp.
Well, no, he's in the right dungeon. He's just in the wrong boss super tile.
Well, I mean, it looks like he popped out of Hera.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the way the game works, though. As far as the game is concerned, he was in Swamp.
No, I know.
Yeah, I was just saying, in case anyone actually does not know. I mean, that's, I don't know, we never know. We get all kinds of viewers, I'd imagine. But prieR's setting up a spin YBA for Landmo. Bread is setting an index.
When you have no big key and you have no hook shot, just put a potion in the door and you'll pop into the boss room.
Yeah. Pretty accurate analysis.
Mm-hmm. Well. Bread-kun started to go up Death Mountain, then had second thoughts. Target's mirror.
Nice mirror on Landmo. Yeah, so Bread was setting an index with a fake powder, or well, actually with a real powder, but nonetheless, I guess we forgot to buy potions. So looks like my guess is that he wants to use this index, this like stored value, to set up a glitch called Overworld Conveyor. And he could take that conveyor to Mire or into Turtle Rock, depending on what he wants to do.
And prieR is going to do...
the big chest, because he did... Yeah, we saw this earlier from Bread, but prieR did not have the big key on his first trip, and was really hoping to get something helpful there.
So, to be fair, now that prieR does in fact have all of the pendants, I wonder if we'll get a blind ped pull.
Yeah, if he goes there, yeah. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't at this point. It's another item. You earned it.
And of course, we say blind because he doesn't have the book, so he has no way to tell. But no, it doesn't look like he's going there at the moment. I think this will be a future thing here.
Yeah, we're setting up a fake flute.
And as you correctly said earlier, Bread is doing, looks like an overworld conveyor.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he's doing this method and not just using the bow, because this is slower. Like, this is the setup we do if we don't have bow or Samaria.
Maybe he might not know it.
Maybe. It's possible.
Or wants to conserve his arrows. Well, looks like he got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Going down.
Well, I don't know if you want it to go down or up, because if he's down, it's good for TR, but if we're going to mire, we want up conveyor, so...
So can you adjust this, or is this a save and quit?
I try to avoid doing this method, so I'm not sure if he can salvage this. I mean, maybe. He has to clip, which not all the slopes allow us to do that, though, so I'm not sure.
Which is weird, because you think in this game everyone...
Oh, no, he got it.
Yeah,
okay, he got it. Never mind.
Yeah, looks like he's... Yeah, and he's not resetting, so I think he's going to be heading to TR. As a walking Pokeball.
Alright, so prieR did get the link state from a tree pull after doing fake flute, and we're doing a mirror wrap to laser bridge. Meanwhile, Bread also approaching laser bridge in a different way. So this is actually the most difficult part of the trick, because we have to be facing up, because of the bomb wall.
Oh, so if you weren't facing up, then you can't, So how
you can get into the door?
But how does that work for him, though? As a Pokeball, he can't use bombs.
Yeah, so that's the reason why he has to be facing up, because if you can still get in the door, but if he's facing up, he carries this clipping state that he's trying to acquire right now.
Oh,
he carries the clipping into the underworld, so once he screen wraps, he can death warp in the pit, and prieR save and quit, so I guess he didn't find anything.
He got half magic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not a bad item, but not what we're looking for.
prieR gonna check King's Tomb. And Bread is in.
Yeah, we actually hadn't seen. Yeah, we actually hadn't seen that yet, but it's also nothing.
Yep. Bread did what appeared to be a hard reset.
Yeah, I don't agree with that reset because, like, there's an advantage to having already bombed the door open. Like, he doesn't have to do that annoying, like, thing he did to do the clipping state. He doesn't have to do that, like, anymore. Or, like, you still have to get the clipping state, but the hard part of that is getting the clipping state while facing up. So, if he doesn't find the Moon Pearl, he's going to have to either do that again, or do what prieR did with the fake flute to get a link state.
Oh, he didn't have any bombs.
Oh. Oh, was he stuck in the wall? I didn't see that. If he didn't even get the wall open, then yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, well that's unfortunate. I missed that. I apologize. If he didn't even get the wall open, that was just a big waste of time, unfortunately. But he is still up because the swamp clear is really huge, because Bread was able to do it with a very, like, bad set of equipment for that dungeon in particular, and prieR has no progress on swamp at all, I don't think.
No, probably
he didn't even unlock it. The prieR, I think, did the mirror portal offset, is the reason why he's death warping.
Okay. Bread-kun looks like gonna set up again. Overall conveyor.
Yep.
prieR now into Pyramid Fairy. Keep pods
This
in there.
seed is just... This seed is absolutely miserable. Like, literally only bottles for glitching. And I mean, powder is nice, to be fair, but, like, powder and bow make it, like, not as bad as it could be, but... Yeah, we really want to see, like, Samaria and, like, Hookshot, if possible.
Bread again
Like,
had.
particularly if Swamp is a crystal, but yeah, I think he just didn't get it. Didn't
Yeah,
have enough bombs.
Yep, so bread reset.
Yeah, although if he needs to reset his index though, if he actually did that part, because if you're hard resetting, your index is 0, I'm pretty sure.
prieR trying to bomb juke.
Oh, this...
Or is this a YBA?
Yeah, I think he's just getting a position for a YBA. Like, this isn't an auto door, but, I mean, some people like to do this for positioning purposes. This could be a couple different things. So he's skipping the key door is the first thing that this does. And yeah, I would definitely just use a map instead of doing what he's doing, spamming all his magic away. But yeah, so if he gets there, he can open the chests, and he also could climb the tower if he wants, but if he did not delete the sewer door, then there's like no advantage to climbing the tower though. This is one of the ways we could deal with Swamp Crystal, if he wants to do it that way.
So where is he right now?
This is the room, like the first, like, dark maze room in Castle Tower.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was gonna say first dark room, but that, like, wasn't technically true, but yeah, this is a pretty bad room to not have the lamp. Like, especially coming in from the bottom, like the way he did, so... I'm not surprised he's having trouble if he's not using a map. Not crazy. Like, normally I encourage people to learn this overworld conveyor strat for TR, but he's taking so long to do it that it would actually have been faster to do the fake flute in this case, which is definitely not something I would expect.
Off in the save and quit.
Yeah, based on his comments in the race room after last race, Bread was, like, quite hard on himself, so maybe he's just feeling some frustration with the game today.
Mm-hmm. Understandable, it happens. We'll see how Bread-kun here can pivot.
Yeah, maybe going after Meyer instead of TR would be nice, like, just to change, you know, like what we're trying to accomplish here.
So prieR did all that and got a compass for his trouble.
Oh, he did get the item? Oh man, that feels so bad. That took him so long to get that item.
So now prieR is going to go ahead and do the front of escape.
Yeah, this probably is Flippers and Samaria. And an Ice Rod.
Looks like Bread-kun is going to head to Eastern.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't go from Desert, because he was, like, already over there, and he has, like, both big keys. He could go from Desert or Eastern to Meyer that way.
Okay. We'll see how he approaches that. Because what he's got to get the Stalfos room, right? Is that where all the magic happens?
Yeah, to go to Meyer from Eastern.
prieR gets a shroom.
Well, who knows what that will become.
Yeah. Okay, so now... Okay, no.
Maybe he's stealing the key? Is that what... Or just farming arrows? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, no, this is a key steal, because he unlocked this in Cave State, so there should be a key here still. Oh no, it's rupees as well. I mean, is broke. Dark Cross coming up for prieR too. Okay, I mean the rupees was a good thought. I like that, but I'm surprised he didn't steal a key because he unlocked this from Cave State, so there should be a key there he could use.
Yeah,
like in Meyer.
Igor had a key on him, so or should have.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we don't always think of everything in the heat of the moment, though. But
no,
that would have been cool to see.
A lot to think about. And prieR found 10 arrows.
Well, it's just. Well, that's unfortunate for prieR. But I was just going to say, like, a common issue with doing the Eastern Meyer is that, like, you just don't have any keys. It sucks routing Meyer with only the one pot key.
Alright.
And actually, thinking about it, it would have actually been bad to go from Desert, so I understand now why he went this way. Because we don't have the hookshot, he would have had to do a pretty, like, far hover, or just use a small key from Desert.
I missed it. prieR got a shovel earlier. Didn't amount to anything. There was a 20 piece.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. All these fetch quests. We've still not seen Ped, by the way, from prieR.
Bread-kun got a shield. I thought there was a shield on that chest the last time, too.
Yeah, there might have been.
We got a map.
Alright, prieR back into the Dark World. I wonder where we're going this time. Oh, we're going back to GT. I wonder what the plan is here. Juke left side? I feel like with all these bottles, the way to route GT in this case would have been to go from Hookshot Cave, which granted is a little bit slow because they'd have to go through Pod first, but unless he finds the hammer or Samaria, like, we're gonna be leaving items behind. Like, this way, you can get Rando Room with potions if you come in the back way.
Bread-kun opting to go check the chest, the big key chest in the back.
Yeah, Bread, for his situation, like, Bombos is probably what he's looking for. Like, Hookshot would be good, but it wouldn't be as good as it could be without also having the lamp.
Right. Another hard piece.
Oh, actually...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just thinking, though, that there is a stuck push setup with silver arrows and powder that's not difficult to do, though, so Hookshot would actually have a lot of value, even without the lamp in this case. Just correcting myself.
Okay. Bread here's got the one check in the hub for some bombs. Okay, we'll check the big chest. prieR is...
Yeah, prieR did a YBA. This is an unusual way to do these checks. I haven't seen this in a while, that's why I wasn't expecting it.
Let's see.
And mostly because it's just easier to do the bomb juke, honestly.
prieR is not being able to set up right for that bomb jump, so it keeps falling.
Yeah, the edge of that pit, the top pit on the left, it actually is the edge you need to line up with, so it, like, you do have a visual cue for that.
You get it, though.
Bread YBAs to Castle Tower. This is... he does not have a small key, though, so he's not going to be able to go to Vitreous this way. Which is very unfortunate.
So yeah, so you reset upon realizing that. prieR, I think... I believe he acquired his red boom.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot we saw that earlier.
That was that Stalfos room, so yeah, he got his red boom.
Yeah. So, to whoever in chat said that we should just YB to Meyer, that is the reason why you cave state Meyer, to avoid that from happening. He would have had infinite small keys if he had just cave stated. Because I was assuming he was going to the boss, in which case Eastern State was fine, because you can get the pot key, but if you're full clearing, like, cave state is generally always the way to go.
prieR has now turned in the mushroom.
That was a lot of bombs. I'm sorry, what was the mushroom item?
That was a heart.
Okay, well, I was just a little bit surprised with the bread's, like, overall conveyor setup. I mean, some people like to spam bombs just to make sure they get the inputs fast enough, but it just was kind of amusing, like, seeing all those bombs. So, like, normally the game only lets you lay 2 bombs at a time, but since one of them was misslotted, there were 3, and I just think it looks funny.
prieR trying to YBA.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be left side swamp. I mean, just because we've already seen Thieves Town.
Right. Bread got the clip.
Okay. Yeah, I can't tell if he's facing up, but I think so. This might be too far to the right. Yeah, that was too far to the right. He needs to jump down and do it again. Unfortunately.
Let's see.
Oh, prieR's doing it this way. You can do a spin YBA instead of doing 2 separate YBAs, but this way works though.
Okay, so he's in swamp.
Yep.
I'm gonna check left side swamp. So we'll see if there's anything here. Potentially the other ice rod.
I mean, there are a lot of items that we don't know where they are that could help prieR right now, but Ice Rod is the only one that's 100% required.
Right.
And Bread is having trouble with, like, this clip, and I'm honestly not even sure how to do it from this side. I think Bread wanted to get a down conveyor, but got an up conveyor by mistake, would be my guess.
Money and went ahead and just reset the whole thing.
Yeah, this is rough. Like, both of them are for sure wondering why the other one's not done yet at this point.
Oh yeah.
Going for a buffered setup. Yeah, if you know roughly where the pixel is at, the buffered setup helps. But if you don't have a clue, I mean, you kind of need a visual cue, at which this sprite isn't even touching the collision visually, so it's gonna be hard to get a visual cue off that, if you ask me.
Right. He saw it and he knew.
Yeah, I think he wasn't facing up, but it's hard to tell with this sprite.
Yeah, so it's just you have to see the front of the Pokeball.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's currently down. And I guess...
Yeah, and you can see the dot on the left or
he's
right.
He's going to set it up from I guess from a lower angle?
Yeah.
Nope, just reset.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because he wasn't having, like, any success after the first time, which was not correctly positioned, so... Yeah, it's just unfortunate, because the 2 dungeons he has left, like, he hit a wall trying to complete, like, both of them, so...
Prior wrong warping.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe this is for Swamp. I'm not sure where we're going. Oh, I'm not sure where else we could be going.
Yeah, because prior obviously hasn't done the front side yet. Because otherwise he would have gotten Ice Rod by now. Oop, flipped out.
Oh, 1 pixel up, or 1 pixel off gives you the up teleport instead of the down teleport. Yeah, I mean, he does get it done, though. That was the first way I learned to do this clip, and I'm glad I don't do that anymore, if I'm being honest.
Fair enough.
Like, if the bomb was guaranteed to put you in the right spot, it would be great, but it doesn't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you have to, like, correct based on visual cues with good buffering.
So I'll be curious to see what play... Well, I don't know if prior's going to do the exact same thing here, but I wonder if prior will change his mind or whatever upon...
Well...
Wait, did everything despawn?
Yeah, well, because he's still in, like, he came from Cave State Pod, which automatically despawns everything with the map wrap.
Well, he couldn't get that chest anyway.
Yeah, he would have had to find a way out and back in, which, as we saw from Bread, is quite difficult to do, but, yeah, I was about to say that it's super unfortunate, because we know that that chest was the Ice Rod, and with no enemies to kill to spawn the chest, he just was not able to get that. Like, he could do it from Hera State if he wants to do specifically that check, but it's kind of a weird call to go just for that, so I'm not surprised that we're not seeing that.
So Bread is opted to go down.
Yeah, I think this is just Skullwoods looking for items to help him out, but we know he's not going to find anything there.
No.
Well, just a sword.
Prior setting up fake flute.
Yep.
Trying to, anyway.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it is a little weird that Prior went to Swamp from Cave State, then as opposed to Hera, like just because he has the Hera Small, but that would have got him the Ice Rod, so it's just unfortunate in this situation that it worked out that way.
Alright, so, yeah. So, as you mentioned earlier, Bread, at most, will be getting the Butter Sword. Prior...
Yeah, this could be a play for more of TR, or could take Hookshot Cave into GT if he has potions.
Oh, okay. prior, like a hook shot. I was hoping that one check was going to be something. I forgot where this goes.
This is to go to Ice Armos, or in this case, Water Armos.
Oh, okay.
So, and if prior has a red or blue potion as well, we'll be able to get Rando Room from the meetup room.
Oh, okay. Yep, we get the boss heart, because why not? Money, a heart, or heart piece, and then a compass to Hera. Bread-kun, gonna go ahead and make the play to go right after, go after Moth. Well then, that's interesting.
Sorry, what was interesting? I must have missed it because I was trying to see if there was anything going on in chat that I missed.
So, I don't know how to mark this. Prior forfeited.
I mean, I guess Bread just has to finish, then. Or I mean, let's give him a chance. He could unforfeit. It could have been an honest mistake, or he could. Or maybe he's just done. Maybe he's just.
I am reading chat. That is. I'm reading the chat in race time. That is. That did not appear to be an accident.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right.
Okay.
Both of them groaning about the seed. I mean, I agree it is bad, but
giving
Bread
out
has like done. Sorry.
Yeah, giving out, and rightfully so. So I'm guessing, despite what's the rule here on this? Does Bread-kun technically win, or does he have to finish, or can we have a double forfeit?
He has to finish, or if it's a double forfeit, like I would have to speak with an admin about that for a call, but Bread does not get a free win just because the prior quit, though.
Okay.
And honestly, you know, as bad as the seed is, like, Bread did the hard part already, like, he's
so the powers that be... The powers that be do state here that if Bread-kun also forfeits, that means we get to rerun it back.
Well, if there's a rematch, you're gonna have to get someone else for comms. I'm a little bit, my voice is a little bit tired today.
No, it's understandable. I don't know if they'll be running it back today. But all right, here we go. Here we go. We got a ped poll. Show me potato salad. It is money. Couch cash.
Well, I mean, it is helpful, but
the other 300 rupees. Okay.
I don't know. Bread needs to just stick it out, because having Swamp done is already like the hardest obstacle in his path. Like, the rest of it is not fun to do, I admit, but Bread has a way forward and just needs to, like, relax and just do it.
Yeah, so someone in chat has asked, so what happened that caused the forfeit? It was just the seed. Let me throw some comments in there while...
So Bread is going back to Meyer from Eastern. Presumably he's going to bring a key this time. But yeah, the reason why prieR forfeited is probably just frustration. Because generally people don't like seeds. Well, prieR doesn't even have the ice rod, so it doesn't really have a go mode yet, like option, because we need ice rod for Trinex, but
yeah,
using potions as like the main glitching tool, it can be frustrating for a lot of people, and they have been playing for quite a long time, so I would say don't give up, but it's not my call because I'm not the one racing.
yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's really going to be, it's now literally up to Bread-kun if he opts to push the button or not. He does seem to be thinking about it.
He needs to get a key if he's going to do Meyer is the problem. He might be thinking about how he actually has to like do this.
Yeah, I think that's the other problem too. You need to figure out how he gets all the other stuff. And actually, Malmo, kind of funny to your point. I don't know if you were in the race time chat, but they actually wanted to run it back like ASAP. Oh, okay. It's a little behind the scenes here. They're thinking about it. Bread's thinking about it. And that's it. We're just gonna spoil it now. So that's what happened. That's it. Match is canceled. Well, that's a first.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's
very
quite
unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, Bread was saying in chat that he still had another like 15 minutes of stuff to do. So, or he felt like he had another 15 minutes of stuff to do. So despite there being a best of 3, we're going to be going to a game 4. Yeah, Bread's just suffering through all this. So yeah, we'll get a game 4 here. So unfortunately, no third jet seed because the first one was like quick, the second one was absurd, and I was hoping the third one would be like 15 minutes. But whatever, GG's. But yeah, so I guess that'll be the end. We'll just have to. I don't know if they want to. I doubt they want to talk about it on it, or I'll just ask.
Now Bread-kun's here. He's coming.
Oh, is he? Why do I not have the damn thing open? I have the wrong thing open. There's your problem. Haha! I have the damn wrong thing open. Thank you. Coming in hot. All right, Bread.
Hi.
I don't know what to say in this case. Normally I say congratulations, but
Talk
better luck next time.
Oh, it's a congratulations getting out of it. I'll be honest.
All right. So talk to us. So what?
I know exactly what I need to do to beat the seed. It's just I don't want to sit here for 20 or 30 minutes failing conveyor for the umpteenth time.
So all right. So talk to me through it then, because I don't run this. What did you have? What do you still have to do?
Kill Trinex, which is for me is just conveyor into TR. That or just say F it and buy a blue potion.
Okay.
And go to Laser Bridge, double YB to Trinex. Pray I get a pray there's just something there. Otherwise it would be I mean, if I knew the setup for conveyor into Meyer, I would, but I don't know it on my sprite.
Oh.
I used to know on my old sprite. So in that case, it's just 3 YBAs to kill Viddy. Or actually, I could do it in 2 with the Castle Tower small. And then 2 YBAs to delete Sewer Door. And then another 2 YBAs to dupe the prize. I was I needed more money. You know, I was actually glad to pull Pet for $300. I was unironically, I'm like, that's actually fantastic right now. That is useful.
And then also we have prieR to join in on the therapy session. So GG to you for not wanting any more.
Yeah, this is bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, no, it didn't sound fun. You had gold sword and silvers and red mail. But yeah, no, unfortunately, you guys pretty much did ultimately y'all pretty much did mostly all the same checks, and then yeah, not really one person had really an advantage over the other in that regard. prieR, how you holding up?
It's just farming money for however long to buy enough potions, especially because you need like reds for most of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. And I mean, JD, I don't know if you have any other insightful questions, because I don't have any.
I don't know about questions, but maybe, well, I don't know, Bread, would it have helped to know that you been ahead for quite a while, and that having the swamp clear done was like a substantial advantage? And neither of you had the Meyer medallion?
I mean, I had a feeling this was either A, the seed is awful for both of us and we're both struggle busing, or B, prieR just happened to find something that would beat the seed at any moment. And it was one or the other. It was kind of a toss-up.
Okay. And let's see.
I'm sorry, I just realized I was muted. GG.
You're good.
All right. No, I figured. I thought you were just seething with rage. prieR, please feel free join in on the group therapy session. Well, let's hear it. How did you? What were your thoughts here?
I say GG game, and I really wonder where was that red cane.
Red cane, hook. Even Meyer medallion would have made things so much easier.
Yeah, no idea.
Any one of those three, the seed is kind of free at that point.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah. Now, unfortunately, the game takes game 3, so we get to run it back again. I'm assuming you don't want to do it now. I don't, and I don't advise it. I'll just tell you that right now. I don't advise it. So you guys can go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, chat's got it. Ganon won, so we'll put one on in for Ganon. But yeah, so I guess that'll be it.
Actually, I have a question for prieR here.
Oh,
so I imagine things sort of felt real bad when you died to Cold Stare, and your tactical choice was to keep chasing out of the way checks to try to find something, right?
Yes.
And you kept finding nothing.
Yeah, and really, with 3 crystals in 1 hour 45, and with all what happened before, completely missing that Cold Stare fight and finding almost nothing. That was so painful. I didn't want to go on that one. I think that's one of the hardest no logic seed I ever seen, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you didn't know it at the time, but like you got especially unlucky. In one, like not having the ice rod, you didn't even have the option of taking the awful go mode that Bread had been attempting for so long. Because you did the cave state swamp unlock, you were not able to get the first check, which is the ice rod. That's the only one we've seen.
Yeah.
I was happy to find that, if only because I felt like, I mean, I wasn't sure if I decided the Clippers too early, but like, I don't know. I was just wanting to beat dungeons and just pray I found progression along the way. Just something. At first,
Well, I
like
mean,
the
it
seed
was
felt
nice to-
nice at first with 4 bottles. I'm like, hey, I've got like a lot of things I can do. And I very quickly ran out of good things to do. And then I ran out of bad things to do. And then we're kind of getting to the end of terrible things to do.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, that was nicely done on the Clippers. It's always cool to see that done, especially like in like on a first attempt as well.
Yeah, it took a little bit, but I've at least somewhat figured it out at this point. And I figure out how to be mashing until it works, more or less.
Right. I mean, that is the secret to this. Is just run your face into something until you can go through it.
Yeah, I mean that was at some point I gave up on that when I okay. What's funny is the glitch map Muffins made has, you can upward conveyor here into TR, and I've never been able to make that work. I've tried, and clearly I was trying to get an upward conveyor while facing up.
Yep.
And it just wasn't happening. And I'm not sure what
Yeah.
I'm missing there.
It's just a bad trick. I mean, I've only seen like one person do it like from the bottom, like by choice. Like even doing it from the top going down is not great either.
Honestly, I was hoping I would get it downward. It just got to the point where I got a conveyor, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it anyway, and force it to work, because I just have one going right now. By
That makes
choice, I would do
sense.
the downward every time, because that's significantly easier to do. But I'm not great with the bow setup. I usually hope I have Samaria, because the Samaria setup is just so nice. But and then the bomb one wasn't working, and having to set up ledge pog every time to get another one going is just annoying.
Well, all right then. Yeah, that was rough. That was very rough all the way around.
Especially compared to the first seed. The first seed you get lamp, hook, bow. First 3 checks of the game for me. That is so nice. That is like, this is free. This seed is so free. As soon as I see that, like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, so hopefully when you guys pull the seed next time, hopefully it'll be not as miserable.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed to be less miserable, honestly.
There you go. So game 4.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean,
game 4.
hopefully.
The Bread's called it game 4, 15 minutes.
Alright.
So
You know, it's Rando. Rando does whatever it wants to do.
Yeah, no. So unfortunately, like I said, Rando is the winner here. So let's just get people up to speed real quickly with this. So because of the double count out, brawl to the back, couldn't answer the 10 count, however you want to put it. In this best of 3 series, we'll be moving on to game 4 between Bread-kun and prieR. Time and date TBD. They need to work that out because I'm sure they weren't expecting this. So on the immediate schedule, we have on Tuesday, 23rd of July at 6 p.m., Krithel and Malmo get to go back at it for round 2 in their tournament. And I'm assuming at some point in the future here, we will see these two, hopefully sooner than later, but that'll be up to them to decide. But okay, I guess any lasting comments regarding in this on our therapy session?
I am glad that this tournament had a double forfeit. It is funny to see how bad seeds can get. I mean, honestly, this is I'm sure handing the seed to the masters of the craft could. I mean, I could finish it. I honestly don't want to. I'll be honest. I kind of want to sit here for another like 20-ish minutes, farming money, and doing a million YBAs.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like it at this point.
No, sometimes it's a war of attrition, and you don't want to do it. It's completely understandable. And then I guess, prieR, do you have any last words?
I only can say thank you very much for staying here and suffer with us to the end.
Of course. And then I guess, yeah, JD, do you have any last thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's certainly not the ending I was hoping for, but I mean, thanks for playing to both of you nonetheless. And just better luck next time. And thanks to HikiType for tracking, and thank you, Buddha, for keeping me company on the comms.
Oh, of course. No, thank you for willing to stick it out and doing this again. And thank you, chat, for hanging around as well, as we have all participated in this group therapy together. Hopefully we will all feel better coming out of this. We've released all of our rage and sadness and frustration out into the universe, or at least the internet. So yeah, so like I said, that'll be it for all of us here. Thank you again so much for watching, listening, whatever. We'll do the usual bits here. Please go check out the runners if you haven't done so yet. Go check out the commentators and the tracker. And again, I would like to reiterate what JD said. Thank you, Haiku, for tracking today. Excellent work as always. So that'll be it for us. I don't know what's next. Probably go take a sad nap at this point. I'm Misanthropic Buddha. Hopefully you all have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and we'll see you all in the next one.